As international students, we've been told at some point in our lives that when you move to Germany or America or UK, you're going to buy a car, you're going to make a lot of money, you're going to take care of your family, and you're going to live happily ever after. Hold that thought. As an international student from Nigeria who has studied, live, and work in Germany for more than 4 years, I've come up with 3 reasons why I would not come to Germany if I knew this. Stick around to the end because reason number 3 is going to be a game changer. Let's jump right into it. Number 1, accommodation. Yes, from high rental prices to limited availability, looking for a suitable place to live as an international student can be so stressful. Of course, some big cities like Munich or Berlin or Hamburg or other big cities, they have affordable student hostels for international students. However, the chances of getting those places is extremely low because the waiting list is so long, and it's just like winning a lottery. And even if you decide to try other apps like eBay or Vigesuit, where you have the opportunity to meet other private landlords, the chances of you getting a place is also very, very low. Because number 1, some of them are just racist, which means I don't even need to say too much about that. You don't even have a chance. Some of the landlords, they just rent to strictly working class people because of the high cost of the rent. And as a student, you are only limited to be able to work 20 hours in a week. So they assume you will not be able to pay the rent. And some of them, they only rent to Germans. So if your name is not Schwansteiger, or if your name doesn't end with Muller or Wittmann, you have absolutely no chance of getting an accommodation. Even someone really close to me said, and I quote, he told me, he said he had to change his name from what he was to a German name for him to have a chance at getting an accommodation. So it's that crazy. Point number 2 is social life. Now, as the saying goes, all work without play make Jack a dull boy. And as international students, of course, we want to party, we want to meet new people from different places, we want to have fun. And if you are the life of the party like I am, you might want to rethink coming to Germany because you're about to walk into the greatest culture shock of your life. What do I mean? Depending on where you live, depending on if it's a big city, of course, you can, have your way around it, enjoy with friends and people like-minded like you. But if it's in a smaller city, then the chances is really low. Because in Germany, once it's 10 p.m., you have to reduce your music. Even in some places, they will tell you can't even party after 10 p.m. They'll tell you to cut off the music. And if you don't, the neighbors will call the police. And the police will come and tell you to either reduce your music or end the party totally. And it doesn't end there. If you are not white, depending on where you live, they won't even allow you to go into the club.
I let them in, yeah.
Answer that.
Answer that. I'm answering. I'm answering you.
Why not?
He doesn't have to give you a reason.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Give me an answer.
There is no tickets.
Is there not? But they got tickets there at the door.
Yeah, and?
Yeah.
And?
So how come they all went to? Why didn't you let me and my boy in?
Let you and your boy.
Yeah. No. And you didn't even, okay, if you said, okay, so other, you didn't
Get anywhere.
You didn't let me in. There, yeah, why didn't you let me in?
I don't like this. I don't give a like it. I do not like this one.
Because what?
Nicoletta.
Come on, say it.
Nicoletta.
Ha, you see that smirk? I give you the answer.
Although yes, now the things are changing, but don't be surprised if this happens to you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Now brace yourself for number 3 because this is gonna be the game changer for you. And number 3 is tax. And some of you are like, how? I thought as a student you are not supposed to pay taxes. Yes, you are not supposed to pay tax. And I want you to understand this, if your job description says working student, in Deutsch it's called Werkstudentin. If it specifies on your contract that your job description is working student, then yes, you don't pay taxes. However, for you to get those kind of jobs, you have to be proficient in Deutsch to a certain degree. I think some companies even require to get B2, some B1 at least. And let's be honest with ourselves. Most of us international students, we don't even speak Dutch to that level. So when you come to Germany newly, you have to, of course you have to learn the language, but most of us gravitate towards the Burger Kings, the McDonald's, the Amazons, because those kind of companies, they don't really care about your language proficiency. They just want you to come and work for them. And if they employ you, regardless of your status as a student, you are going to pay tax. And also, some of us aspire, or most of us aspire to get a job after our studies. But you need to understand this, and this is where this point is going to be very, very important to students that fall into that category. Germany operates something called progressive tax, which means the more you earn, the more taxes you're going to pay. And the taxes hover between 14% to 45%, which makes it one of the highest in Europe, and even you can even argue that one of the highest in the world. For you to further understand this, let me put some context to it. Take a look. Now, this app is good. This is where we're going to calculate the gross net salary. How you're going to know how much you're going to be taking home every month. Now, let's say your salary is, let's say, 50,000. Or let's say 5,000 per month. Okay. Now, this is your monthly salary. Now, of course, most times international students, our tax class is always tax class 1. So let's put it on tax class 1. Of course, you don't have kids, you don't go to church. So the states, let's put it in Bavaria, one of the highest paying states in Germany. The residents, of course, you have to put the code. Your profession, let's say data. Let's say you're a data analyst. Okay, you are legally insured, of course. So let's calculate. Now, this is what is going to give you. Your gross salary is 5,000 every month. Now they are deducting 1,907 euros from your salary. This is what you take home, which is still enough depending on where you live, but it's a lot of money. You are giving up 1,907 euros every month, month in, month out. Now, of course, for a German citizen, it's nothing. They are used to this system. But for we that we are coming from another country, or like they call it in the West, the third world countries, how insulting is that? But that's the topic for another day. We are not used to this kind of system, which means for us it's a lot of money. Now, I need to make something clear. I'm not advocating for you not to pay your taxes. Please, by every means necessary, you have to pay your tax. I pay my taxes too. But I just want you to understand that if you are coming to this place, this is what you are walking yourself into, especially if you decide to stay here after your studies to look for a job. Before I wrap up, yes, every coin has two sides, and as much as all these concerns are valid concerns for international students, I also need to point out that Germany offers amazing opportunities and a lot of cultural experiences. Now, the most important thing I want you guys to take in this video is I understand that most of us are adults, and we all have every right to make any decision that we choose to make. However, compared to how these countries are being portrayed to us back home, as you know, you're going to come here, make a lot of money, blah blah blah, it's very important to weigh the pros and cons before making a very life-changing decision, especially if you are doing very well for yourself back home. This is the video for today, guys. I hope you guys found this very enlightening. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you also have your own personal experiences of how you can help others, let's talk about it in the comment section below. Also, let me know about the topic that you want me to talk about in the next video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.